Oh no, I didn't steam it long enough, so it's now flat white. I guess I'm having a flat white. Cheers. Because there's a mirror and a little bit of a white wall in front of me, so I'm trying to bounce this light there. Most people's problems when it comes to content, I guess, is that one, they don't have a good camera, and two, they're too shy to film themselves in public, and maybe they don't know how to edit. But for me, my problem, aside from being shy to film myself in public, it's really because I don't have a corner at home in which there's decent amount of natural lighting just to film myself. And when there is, it's usually at a corner that I would consider it private. But yes, that's my struggles. So yeah, I just finished making coffee. I will be going to work. There are times when I want to film something, but I don't want to use my main camera, which is the only camera I have. So yeah, I have to go in a while. So I am still a bit shy to do this. And it took me a while to muster up the courage to lift this whole stick and to extend it all the way out. But looking around me, I don't think anybody cares. But yeah, I noticed that not a lot of people sit on this side during morning because the sunlight hits over here and it's quite hot. But I, I don't mind. I do like a little bit of sunrise.
咁嘅情緒。係啊，我假咧，尋日咧又喺度解釋，下半日有一跟住晨咁早嘅都未瞓起床啊。
So I got the wrong pouch when I was grabbing my things for the weights area. Instead of this mic pouch, I got my essentials pouch. So I didn't really film myself. But I think it was for the better because I was grunting. I think I just wanted to bring the mic to lessen the overall noise because gyms are quite noisy aside from the music that's playing, but the sound of weights dropping is quite loud. So I wanted to use the mic to cancel out the noise, but I think it's okay because for the most part I wasn't even talking. Tomorrow's Saturday, finally, so I will go to the gym again. It is actually the next day, and it is 5:30 p.m. Yeah, so this morning and until the afternoon I was editing a video, and I decided to go to the gym. I noticed that all I've been doing is going to work and going to the gym, but to be honest, gym is a hobby and I enjoy it. So yesterday was a push day, today will be a pull day, which is essentially back and bicep. I think it sounds better as PPL than it is the bro split. That's just my personal opinion. Because it is Saturday, I do have a strange feeling that it will be quite full in the gym, but let's see how it goes. I also noticed that most of my jackets are blue. I think I should try a different color. I've been trying to walk a little bit more to the destinations I need to go just so that I can absorb the city much more. I'm doing like all this as if I'm planning, as if I'm competing, but the thing is, I'm not competing. I'm just doing this for fun. I don't have to compete in powerlifting or anything like that. 102.5 kilos, 3 reps. Three. Okay. My core hurts. I can finally do something else. I don't know why, but it tastes kind of caramelized, but also it's a great low-calorie food. I'm actually tracking my calories because I'm trying to lose weight. It wasn't easy, not gonna lie, but I'm getting the hang of it now, and I have reached 89 kilos, so yeah. So yes, my hair is flat, but that's because I just took a shower. And don't mind the clutter behind me. But I do want to share something, and that is I bought a new camera. So yep, I bought a new camera during the Black Friday sale, DJI Osmo Action 4. And I bought the vlog bundle, which came with the extension rod and the mic mini. I will add chapters in which you can skip because I'm gonna start rambling right now. For the past 1 to 2 years, I've been using this camera, the Canon M50. So this is the OG version. This is not the Mark II. And attached right now is the Sigma 30mm 1.4, which is such a great lens. The problem is that it's a 30mm lens, and where I live, I don't have a lot of space at home. So I need to make sure that this camera is much further away from me. The other problem I have is the autofocus, as you can see right now. It's such a great lens, and I mainly use this for my freelance gig as an event photographer. So I do have two other lenses, Canon 11-22 and the 7 Artisans, what is this called? Fisheye 7.5. So Canon 11-22, great, my favorite all-round lens. I think it is better than the 15-45 kit lens. The problem is really just the aperture. It's a variable aperture of 4 and to 5.6, which is not that great in low light conditions. As for the fisheye lens, it's 7.5 mm, 2.8 aperture. The problem is it is a manual lens. So I brought this to Taiwan last month, and I had to manually adjust the focus and the aperture, which was kind of annoying, but I do love this lens. Maybe I would use this for special occasions. If I recall, when the Canon M50 was announced and launched, it is marketed as a compact and light camera, but I wouldn't say I rigged it, but I did add a cage to it, and sometimes I put a top handle on it, so it does get heavy in that sense. And honestly, regardless of which camera I use, I am still shy pointing a camera at myself. But the only difference with this one as compared to this one is that this is much smaller. I'm not saying that I'm just going to switch from this and not this anymore. It's just that I would like to integrate both into the videos that I like to make. I haven't used an action camera in so long. The last time I did was a high school graduation gift, and it's this one. Please focus on me. The SJCAM SJ400. Look how small it is. Back then, it was only GoPro. This is the most bang for your buck alternative to GoPro. At that time, if I remember, I only knew of GoPro during the mid to late 2010s. I haven't heard of like Insta360. I haven't heard of DJI at that time. DJI, I think they were making drones, but not exactly like handheld stuff during that time. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this is the alternative, a much cheaper alternative, because at that time, GoPro, you have to buy the accessories separately, whereas for the SJCAM, it is all included. I have used this when I went to the beach, when I went swimming. It actually still works. It's just that the battery life is just really bad, but it still works. And I was able to use this as a webcam, but I needed to connect it to OBS, which is kind of unnecessary and too many things to handle. I mentioned earlier that I got the Mic Mini bundle. They did have a Mic 3 bundle and a Mic 2 bundle, but I decided on the Mic Mini because I do video production at work and we use the Mic 2. I think that the Mic 2 is better as a set with the transmitter and the receiver, but then the Mic 3 is basically supposedly an upgrade of the Mic 2, but I think for my needs, I'm okay with the Mic Mini. I also know that this is maybe 2-ish years old because there's the Action 5 Pro and then there's also the newly released 6. But for me, just a feeling that I know that this is enough for what I need. I know that the Osmo Pocket 3 is really popular. My older sister has one and she makes great travel videos with it, but I think I wanted to try something a little bit different. So there's this. I did use it last week as a test. I did film in D-Log M. I also tinkered with the settings just to try it out. So I would say that for the Mic Mini, for the wind noise reduction, there's off. You can turn it off. You can turn it on to low, and then there's high. This whole time I filmed it in high, which made it sound really muffled. So I'm not going to use high anymore. I'll just stick to low or maybe off, like none at all. But otherwise, pretty good. The sound quality with the mic is pretty good. I know that there are some videos about this camera that is titled, "Is this still worth it in 2025?" Or maybe even 2026 because we're one month away from it. Honestly, yes, it is still worth it, and for years to come. We are at this time where digicams are becoming popular again, and it is also getting overpriced. There are times when I really need to ground myself and, you know, touch some grass and really acknowledge that I don't need this shiny new object. You really just have to utilize the things that you have right now. When I was freelancing with this camera, nobody cared that it was an M50. And well, honestly, for the most part, I don't think they even know. No, for me, a camera is always worth it if you take really good care of it. At work, we're filming with a GH5, and that's an old camera. As long as you're making stuff and it's working out for you, then that's really all that matters. Okay.